Hi, and welcome back to Jewish Stories. I am so glad you're here. We're continuing our series of stories, which are the things that the Rebbe told the Jewish children in Camp Gan Yisrael. And now, if the Rebbe chose this from all the thousands of stories, rest assured, these are the most important lessons. This story is a little bit of a story with a lesson, which is okay, because that's what it's all about. The third Chabad Rebbe, Rebbe Nachum Mendel Schneerson. In fact, he was the first one with the name Schneerson. Before him, the Alter Rebbe was called Baruchi, and the Mittler Rebbe, his father-in-law, was called Shnei Uri, but he had the name Schneerson. And all the Rebbes after him, they also had the last name Schneerson. Anyway, so he was a very, very great tzaddik. In Russia, there were millions of Jews who would look at him as being their hero. Now, he had 7 sons, and he had many grandchildren. And listen to what he did. Even though he was so busy, he had millions of Jews to take care of. He would tell the teachers, it was called Melamdim, of his grandchildren, I would like you to teach my grandchildren Pirush HaMilos. Do you know what Pirush HaMilos means? Pirush HaMilos means the explanation of the words of davening. Of course you know how important it is to daven to Hashem. When Hashem hears your tefillos, He loves to answer them. In fact, it says that 3 hours a day Hashem spends on answering the Jewish prayers. 3 hours a day on studying Torah. I forgot what the other hours are for. Anyway, so what's so important, my dear child, is even though you might be davening, which is a beautiful thing, and for thousands of years we Jews were davening, still it's so important to know the words you're saying. Because the truth is, the mitzvah in the Torah, as you know, there's 613 mitzvahs, so there's a mitzvah in the Torah every day to daven to Hashem. Because when we ask Hashem for what we need, it reminds us who's in charge of the world. In fact, whenever you need something, the first place to go to is say, Hashem, please help me. But every day there's also a mitzvah. But some people, they didn't know what to say. So our Chachamim, the Anshe Knesset HaGedolah, there were 120 great rabbis. I think Mordechai was part of these great rabbis. And they wrote down the Siddur. But some of us just say the words. We don't know what we're saying. Well, the Tzemach Tzedek told the teachers of his grandchildren, I want you to teach them what these words mean. These days, Tzivas Hashem has put out a beautiful book, you may have it, that has all the words. And I challenge you, any single boy or girl that comes to me and they know all the words of the prayer by heart, I myself, I'll be happy to give you $100. Thank you for watching.